We are so stoked to have in studio, our virtual studio, Crystal Taylor. How's it going today?
Great, and that's a great Bob Ross lookalike opener that you got. I dig it.
I love that you know that.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bob Ross estate is probably too stoked with me, retouching a hot bikini model with big boobs. But hey, I don't know. I just saw Bob being like, drawing happy little boobs. They're fun for everybody.
That's
it's
your
great.
art.
That's art.
You do it well.
Yeah, thank you. Capture the boobs well, So, hey, Crystal, why don't you, for our audience members who don't or are unaware of you, tell them who you are, what you do.
My name is Crystal Taylor, and I am an aerialist and an actress, and I am on the show most likely for my role as an adult film star. I'm signed to ATM LA. Yeah, that's the gist of it for now. We'll dig deeper because there's a lot there.
There's a lot to unravel in that little package, that one little sentence. So we went from aerialist to ATM LA, agency represented, adult actress. So let's just kind of like get into that right off the bat. So how long have you been in the adult business so far?
Are you talking about mainstream porn?
Yeah. We'll do that first because you also did some dancing as well. So like how long have you been doing like the actual professionally produced mainstream adult content, not so much like amateur like OnlyFans stuff, but like sets and productions and stuff? How long have you been in the business for?
We're right about a year.
Oh wow, okay. So was it pre-COVID that you got in?
No, it was like right at the beginning of COVID, and it was very kind of spur of the moment. How it happened.
Now you have a OnlyFans as well that people can check out. Like fans can go check you out. You're on board with all that stuff?
I have OnlyFans and ManyVids and Foxy and Sex Panther, but I have two OnlyFans pages. I have the free one, which is Free Crystal Taylor, and then the paid one, which is I Love Crystal Taylor.
So you heard that, guys. Make sure I just pulled up Crystal's Instagram page. This is your main one, right? This is Crystal Taylor Unfiltered on Instagram.
Yeah, all of my links are in the bio on my Instagram at hypehub.com/Crystal Taylor. Everything is attached to that link.
Yeah, I would love to show those pages, but I'm imagining they're a little too spicy for the YouTube moderators. Is that correct?
I think the free OnlyFans page is fine. There's no like not at least on the homepage. You're not going to find anything explicit.
Can you give me a idea? I've been seeing this that models and internet models and adult stars are creating a free OnlyFans page and then also like a premium content page. So how come you've decided to create two different pages?
For people who don't know anything about me, who could find me on a Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram, maybe they want to get an idea of who I am before they drop the money on the subscription price. So the homepage of OnlyFans.com/Free Crystal Taylor is like a social media feed without any explicit content, but that is available in the DMs if they want to buy clips or full videos. If they decide that they like the content and they want to pay the subscription, then I upload a full-length video once a week on the feed with, like nudes and more explicit shots. And then you can also get additional content and customs and stuff. You get customs in either place, but a lot more is going on in the DMs because I've been really good about stacking a lot of really good content. That's me.
That's you. Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
So
I have a question.
Go for it.
Did I hear you correctly, Crystal? Did you just reference something called Sex Panther? And if so, can you tell me? So the only Sex Panther I'm familiar with is a cologne from the movie Anchorman.
No,
Paul Redwick.
No. Sext, SEXT, Panther. It's a sexting website.
Oh, Okay. All right. I was not aware that existed. Thank you.
I was not aware it's a sexting website.
Yeah,
Like
it's it actually was one of the sites that really popped off big before OnlyFans was really even a thing. That's me.
Yeah. So what are you doing here? Let's do like an Instagram deep dive. What's going on right here?
That was me after probably like 4 or 5 hours of roller skating, and I still had extra energy left over, and so I was doing, that's called a split grip handspring. It is a pole move, and I love it. It requires a lot of strength and balance.
That's very cool. So tell us about your journey. So you said you were a professional aerialist, which means you were in the circus. Is that correct?
So I'll give you the quick recap, because at this point there's a lot of interviews floating around. So I know some of these people have heard the story over and over, but for those of you who don't know, I was born and raised in New York. Right after, I guess, my first year in college, I traveled cross country and I landed in Humboldt County, California, and I grew cannabis for about 15 years. And I was doing really well financially, and I had, time and money to pursue the things that I really love to do. And I wound up putting my money into going through circus training. So everything from like handstands to juggling to aerial acrobatics, partner acrobatics, contortion. And I've always been super athletic my whole life and taken really good care of my body. And I had seen, I started going to Burning Man in the very early 2000s, like 2001, 2002. And I'd seen aerialists and I'd seen some stuff that I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm doing that. I'm going to do that. Because the thing about sports like that is that, it takes money to be able to afford the apparatus, the gym time, the private lessons. Like it's a huge undertaking, and it requires extreme levels of discipline. So, I trained, and there was a couple of different circus troupes, and I was like, man, I just hope one day that they would hire me. And I wound up working with them, and I performed internationally on and off for about 5 years, because there's certain times a year where you'll get hired for more certain, like in the summer, there's a lot of festivals, you get a lot of work then. And then like in the wintertime, it's more like indoor corporate events. So I really lived my wildest dreams with all of my circus shenanigans, and I did everything from performing lira to pole to aerial tissue, aerial hammock, hula hooping, fire spinning. Like I really got to do a lot of different cool things. So at some point, one of the girls that was a performer was like telling me, I really think that you should come into the strip club with me because you're amazing on the pole. And I had never set foot into a strip club at that point. And I wasn't actually with it. Yeah, one-armed handstands. It's one of my favorite things to do.
That takes some serious strength right there. Holy cow.
Yes, sir. Especially with roller skates on your feet. Those are heavy.
Wow.
Anyways, and I've been roller skating my whole life since I was a kid, and like roller skating and ice skating, and like I love sports. Like that's my thing. It's like I'm a total jock.
Were you a gymnast? Were you a gymnast as a kid?
I was a gymnast as a kid, but I was never really great at doing like floor gymnastics. So things like back handsprings and shit like that. And it's because I'm actually tall. So it's a little bit harder to throw your weight around. And also because I like to play a bunch of different sports, I wasn't personally attracted to floor gymnastics. Like I have the flexibility and the strength in a lot of ways, but I wasn't attracted to it because of the risk of injury. So that's my trapeze that you just saw in the clip. Anyways, my girlfriend drags me into the strip club, and it was a weeknight, it's Tuesday, Wednesday night, and I made $1,500 in 5 hours. And I was like, whoa. Dude, in order to make, this was like, maybe like 2011. But it's, for circus gigs, like you'll get paid $1,500 for a corporate event, but it requires like booking yourself and going to the location and rigging and it's so involved. It is so involved. And so I was like, so wait, I could just walk into a club and just make this kind of money, whatever. And, you know, as the years went by, I got better at the game of stripping because it's really like, it's an art of seduction. And I really love people a lot. I love to interact with people. I don't want to just be watched. Like, I am an exhibitionist, but I don't just want to be the center of attention. I want to interact with people. I want to light them up. And the strip club was great for me with that. And like, I've never had a drink or done a drug in a strip club, so I was able to keep my priorities straight. And
you had your hustle.
Yeah, and save my money. And like, you know, I spent a lot of my money while I was stripping on, like, you know, more aerial lessons, more contortion lessons, like roller skates, the shit I like to do. So it really gave me the ability to like live my dream the whole time. And I still work in the weed industry till today. Now I do product distribution, like lighting, plastic nutrients, like consultation to commercial grow facilities and retail hydroponic store locations, blah, blah, blah. Still doing it. So,
I have a question real quick. So going from the background of gymnastics, then also with the circus and the aerial, do you feel that just walking into the exotic dance stripping industry, because a lot of people don't realize like the whole pole dancing thing is actually a serious sport for a lot of those girls in the dance industry. Like they do competitions.
Right, but most of the girls doing the competitions are not actually strippers because it costs money to do those competitions. You know, it's like, but the girls in strip clubs, most of them, you know, I've met so many dancers over the years who are fierce on the pole, but when you look at how many girls are in the club, usually it's like there's maybe one or two good pole dancers in any given strip club. There are always exceptions, always. Like you'll have some clubs where it's like a requirement that you're an amazing pole dancer, but most you're not really making. So I worked at like urban clubs and like really high-end clubs. And with the high-end clubs, it's like, you're not making money on the pole. You're making money by selling champagne rooms. So in the more urban clubs, like, you know, ones where like you'll have rappers come in, like, yeah, they want a good stage show, but like you're always going to make more when you're twerking in front of somebody's face at point blank range than you are if you're doing tricks on the ceiling and you're 20 feet away. Because when you're that far up on the ceiling, they're just going to start drinking and talking to their buddy. And I learned this over the years. It's like, you got to get people's attention and hold it. So anyway, the stripping thing ended during COVID. So I was, you know, I had an OnlyFans at that point. I was like taking pictures, and I was out in the, up in the mountains with my camera and a tripod, and I was walking around naked with a pair of hiking boots on, and I come up on this guy in the middle of fucking nowhere, and he's got this giant golden drum kit set up, and he's like this heavy metal dude, and he's filming himself for like, I guess, his own. So I was like, it seemed like I'm either going to get murdered, this is going to be like a porn scene, or this guy's just cool, like we'll see. So he wound up being really, really nice human being. He was like,
I was going to say, what happened?
Oh, he's my good friend now. I love him dearly. He's wonderful. But he introduced me to, he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm on some shit, OnlyFans. And he was like, oh, do you do porn? I said, no. And he goes, well, I have a friend who's been doing it for like 30 years. That's the only reason I asked. And for some, you know, I think I got curious, and I said, would you be willing to put me in touch with that person? And that person was not a performer. He's actually like a AVN award-winning director.
Oh, wow.
Been doing it for 30 years. And so he was nice enough to give me a lot of his time, and I asked a lot of questions. And I think that I've always been fundamentally a performer and exhibitionist, and I proceeded into the industry with no expectations and curiosity. And I'm like, well, the world is fucked. Let's go for a ride. And that's that's where it is now. And I have to say, like, it's a pretty cool way to spend a pandemic, you know.
Hey, I get you. I mean, this whole entire thing right here, same deal. Started the first like month or two into the pandemic, you know, and just shit happens like that. So where go back into the story. Where is the weed industry? Let's talk about the weed industry, because I mean, you did the weed industry here in California, which was like ground zero here, Colorado, Seattle. that whole business. So what were you doing in the weed industry when you first started? Were you a trimmer, just going to all the
Fuck
farms?
no.
No.
Fuck no. I grew my own shit from day one.
Wow.
And I hired other people to trim it.
And then you were packaging and selling it to dispensaries and stuff like that when it was all under the.
Bro, there was no dispensaries back then. This was when the weed industry was cool. There was no fucking recreational. This was in the days where you couldn't even bring your, like, if you were to step onto somebody's property, they would be like, leave your cell phone in the car, out of like sheer paranoia. Like, it wasn't the same industry that people are seeing now. Now it's just fucking whitewashed and corporate, and it used to be fucking heady as fuck.
So this is even pre-medicinal marijuana that you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I remember when the medicinal bullshit came in, and I was like, so let me get this straight. I got to go to a doctor now so that I can have a card that says I can grow some shit I've already been growing. Bet. All right, let's do that. So we found the crooked doctors and paid them their piddly little fee and carried about our business.
Yeah.
It was, I highly recommend watching. If you want to get a good idea of this, scenario I was living in, like the documentary Murder Mountain is very real.
I'm affiliated. I know some of the people that were interviewed in that movie I've known in San Diego for a long time. So
yeah, back then when I started it, it's still a very male-dominated industry, but back when I started it, like the reason you asked me if I was a trimmer is because back then it was unheard of for you to be a female grower. Mm-hmm. I knew a lot of girls, but then most of them were their boyfriend was the grower and they were just living whatever. Yeah. That wasn't my story. I was totally just a self-contained unit. And I stayed out of trouble and bullshit for the entire time that I was up there. And I have nothing but gratitude for that phase of my life, because for the people who know my story in real life, I've been told to write it in a book many times over. And it's almost like so outrageous that it's, to some people, they would be like, oh, she's making this shit up. Absolutely not. It was
well, it was pretty hardcore. If you've seen the documentary Murder Mountain, those are some pretty hardcore times up in that general vicinity up there.
Right. They were all weird up in the mountains, but I was more towards Arcata, Eureka area. So what stands out to me is that every friend I knew had a new truck. We were all going to reggae festivals all summer long, and every reggae legend that's ever just fucking, did their shit was coming up there to play concerts. And there'd be in all the clubs, it was, the ganja smoke would be so dense in the air that it's you could just see this haze over the crowd, and people would have big fresh branches that they cut out of their garden, just waving around.
Like Brian's
another universe. It was another fucking universe. And I'm just glad that I got to be there for that point in history, because it'll never be like that again.
That's how Brian rolls around L.A. in his car. Just ganja smoke so thick and dense, branches hanging out.
I get pulled over and they see this and they're like, "Oh, he's fine.
He's fine.
Harmless. He's harmless.
He's cool." So, what do you like better? Do you? Because I've been up to the NorCal area. I've been up to Trinidad and Fern Canyon and that whole area up there. But you're currently in Los Angeles. So, having lived a good portion of your life up in NorCal, now in Los Angeles, it's got to be culture shock, world of difference, huh?
No, I'm from New York. I was when I was up in NorCal, I was like, all right, look, let me break this down. I know I'm undoubtedly going to offend some people with what I'm about to say. I don't care. So this is how it is, all right? I was born and raised in New York. I wound up in Northern California, and I was like, oh, man, all these California people, they're fucking asleep mentally. So I just hustled my ass off, and I did everything I wanted to do, and I was good at it. And if you're a mover and a shaker, in a community like that, you can really make some shit happen. And so after a certain amount of time, I was like, all right, man, I never made enemies with anybody, because I never got close enough to get fucked up with people's shit, right? So, and I was always doing yoga, and I ran a marathon while I was up there. I was doing that using my, the the lifestyle that weed afforded me, I used it in the most healthy way possible. Like I was always on my roller skates. I had this little tiny dog. It was like bullshit. So, and then, you know, it got to the point where I was like, okay, so you started to see as people figured out across America, everyone in NorCal is growing weed. You could come here and get rich, which was true. It's 100% true.
Yeah.
So now you have this influx of assholes from middle America, and I was like, oh man, this is just getting bad, and everybody was like so woke, and like I was like, I have to get the fuck out of here. So that's when I've never stopped working in the weed industry, but I went up to Portland, Oregon for 5 years, and that is where I did, you know, my circus training. I started this training in NorCal, but I continued, and I was working in the weed industry in Portland, and then I came to LA. So Portland was cool because those people are all freaks and weirdos. It's not like the Portland that's happening now. Like this was when, like, you know, when you enter the city, keep Portland weird. I was like, oh yeah, it's a huge circus community. There's so many talented, cool people up there. It was a fucking amazing experience. And then when I came down to LA, I was like, oh, okay, these people are moving a little bit quicker, and like, you know, they're not. It's just like this whimsical bullshit California thing. Like there's a lot more people who are actually fucking, you know, somebody's home when you're talking to them in LA. So it was better for me. I prefer it because, you know, Northern California is kind of like, I'm talking about north of the Bay, you know, like north of Sonoma County. It's like small town mentality.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you're dealing with. And it's like, you know, I'm from New York, and I, you know, spent, you know, up until 18, like in the tri-state area. You know, so I grew up around people who were highly educated and
Go, hustle. Yeah, like, yeah.
Right. And so like the whole like sitting around smoking weed thing all day, that never sat well with me. I was like, I mean, it's cool. I love weed. I respect it. That's what it is. I fucking respect it. You know, like not enough to abuse it. So that's part of the reason why I never went up into the mountains and grew like enormous outdoor crops, because a lot of people I know who did that got robbed, disappeared. You know, you get that plant has an energy, it has a spirit, and I think that it can palpate high levels of greed and will serve that karma to the people who are abusing it. I don't care if that sounds spaced out. I know I'm right. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Do you feel like, you know, because when Burning Man first started, I knew actually a neurosurgeon who was a neurosurgeon tech who had been going to Burning Man since the start, and him and his wife, they were like older, they were like close to 60, and they're like, no, like we were going to Burning Man when it was literally just doctors, and there was only a couple hundred people, and nowadays it's this just massive like fraternity, lots of douchebags, all the celebrities, all that. Do you feel like what happened with Burning Man was the same exact thing that happened to the weed industry? Like you started, it was this chill back.
This is just history repeating itself in every possible way. It's like, you know, whatever any given culture is doing, they're going to mass market it and exploit it. And that's just another prime example. When I first started going to Burning Man, you could take LSD and fuck out in the open in front of everybody. I know because I did it. It's dope. And you could shoot guns and you could jerk off into the wind. And now it's like you'll wind up on a list somewhere and you have to do drugs in a tent because there's feds walking around. So my experience at Burning Man like a couple of decades ago versus like the most recent ones, it's just night and day. And like, at this point, I don't know, man. It kind of feels to me where it's like you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Like I don't know. Maybe I just outgrew it. I don't know. I think everyone should, or at least the Burning Mans I experienced. I wish everyone could experience that at least once in their life. You know, because I had such magical, mystical, hippie experiences for years. It's great. I wish everyone could experience that. I don't think that this, I think it's turned into something else. And now that we're in the middle of all this bullshit, I don't see it happening again. But
it's like the great indie band. You know, you find a band, everybody loves it, but like very, very small shows, intimate shows. All of a sudden, 5, 6, 7 years later, like, let me put it this way, like, I saw Dave Matthews.
Perfect example.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I saw them play in
He's the
Atlanta.
shit.
I saw them play in Atlanta, Georgia, for maybe 400 people in like the
Right.
mid 90s, and then 5 years later, giant stadium sold out, right? Like,
right, like Fish used to be playing
Yes.
fucking bangers up at
Yes.
UVN in the dorm
Yes.
rooms or in the local fucking frat house, and they were just fucking
Yeah.
slapping the shit out of it. And then
Yep.
all of a sudden, it just got to be this big thing, and that's what happened. So I feel like what I guess basically I'm trying to communicate to you that my weed growing experience was back in the good old days of Humboldt, and anyone who was living up there knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
I remember being at UMass and UMass Amherst, and there was like 5 kids from California, right? Why would they come to Massachusetts to go to college? Anyways, this one girl, Asha, it was like it was
oh,
like
right there.
it was like she had the ring from Lord of the Rings. She had like this nug. Was it Chino? Like up in Chino, right? Like that's an area too, I think.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, I'm talking like different shades of green, purple like you can't imagine. And in New York or upstate New York, the Seeds and Stems crowd, the swag crowd, it was like,
yeah.
Yeah, because you guys were getting
what is
beasters.
that?
You were getting
Yeah.
beasters from Canada back then.
Yeah.
Right. I
Like,
mean, we would have paid
shitty
like
fucking scentless bullshit.
For like
we would have paid like
$65 an eighth.
we would have paid like
Yeah.
$500 for her fucking, purple crazy nug back then. Oh, because remember it was Kind Bud.
Kind of.
Right? Kind Bud on the East Coast. You got Kind Bud, and now that you live in California, all that shit's so weird. It's like everything is great here when it comes to marijuana,
Mhm.
except the delivery. I have a
And
question.
is-
Do you know anything about the delivery? Like 2 years ago, so
no,
I was
I know
like,
nothing about that.
all right, because like as an actor, director, writer, like obviously I'm in and out of work, but I tried. I can't remember the name of the company. I was like, oh, I'll do that. Like it sounded good. Like John places an order. The shop that he ordered it from, I'm in their driver connection. I go get it. I drop it off. I get a fee, and I might get a tip. I was like, oh, okay, but I didn't think about the logistics and the paranoia.
It's Postmates. It's
Well-
Postmates. It's
well,
the
with
same
it-
shit.
With a difference, you had to get like a camera that was focused on you, it mounted in your car. It had to pay like $1,000 to this delivery company so they could monitor every waking moment you are when you were with their weed. Because
No,
right,
thanks, sir. There's only one type of mounting we're doing in my car, and it's not with your fucking camera. No, sir.
Move that
yeah, it was
cage
nuts. Obviously, I did not pursue it because I was like, dude, I'm not paying you with dollars.
I got a question for you. So, going back to the circus, you said that you performed internationally. So I've covered like busker festivals and stuff like that. Did you do everything from like the big circuses down to
Busker.
like busker? They're called
Yeah.
buskers. Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
busker.
yeah.
And
My WCW that was underage was a busker. And
oh
it's,
yeah, that's right. He gives me a
So-
women crush Wednesday. I was 16 years old. So I'm like, dude, we can't have a 16-year-old women crush Wednesday.
Hold on, she's an amazing singer.
Oh, she's an
though. Like,
amazing singer.
it's
She's
stupid.
it was because of her singing. It was because of her singing, not because of bikini models or anything like that.
Right, that's girl crush.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not woman crush.
Yeah.
We're dealing
Well,
with adult content.
So what tell us about the circus. Like, how was that?
So, like, really what I've learned about, so if you want to perform with Cirque du Soleil, yeah, that's like a level, that has to do with just straight talent. Like, I have some friends that perform with Cirque. It's very grueling work. They're not getting paid nearly enough, and it just takes one fucked up injury for you to be done with that. So that was never my goal. When you work in the weed community for 20 years, like, you are a veteran of this industry. And, I put my time in to make the right connections. So you have to think about, like, you're in Northern California, all the people that can afford all of the expensive DJ equipment and all the hours to sit around and tinker with Ableton and everything else. These people had money, okay? The DJing was a side gig. They were all fucking growing weed, right? So when those guys book as headliners at festival, all I have to do is be like, hey, let me fucking do flips upside down while you're doing your set. And then you do that enough times, and then circus troops are gonna be like, oh, I see you all over the fucking place. Who you working with? And then you can work festivals, and I had a doubles act with another girl where we were both on the aerial hoop at the same time, and we'd split and do separate aerial tissue acts, same sequence, same time, opposite sides of the stage. And you know, then it was really like a festival circuit. But so like a lot of festivals will hire circus troupes to come in and do a show at like 10 o'clock at night on this stage, right? And so I did a lot of those, and I did them internationally. I performed at clubs all over the fucking place and festivals. And it's like, I had it to where it's like, I am not the most talented aerialist on this planet. Am I awesome? Fuck yeah. Who says? Me. And I lived my dreams with it. I got paid really well for it. So, I think it has to do, it's just like fucking Hollywood. It's like, it's not about talent, it's about your connections. People like you, it's the deal. They want to fucking work with you, right? So it's like, if you come in and you're like, I'm the best, and it's like, nobody wants to deal with that. Even if they do, they'll once or twice, and then they're like, so I think it just really has to do with your connections. And I think, again, like cannabis really paved the way for me to have like this fucking incredible life. You know, it gave me financial freedom to move into other industries when I wanted to without fear of falling on my face. You know,
well, and very like counterculture industries, if you really want to, you know, like definitely not the norm of society. Like
no,
you were kind of right. What is that? What is that? So you've traveled through all of these like counterculture, subculture industries in America, like very cool industries to be in. What is that about you? Do you think that kind of like brings you towards those areas?
I'm fundamentally recalcitrant to, you know, authority and being told what to do. I want to do what I want to do all the time. I don't want to be coerced into doing anything I don't want to do. And so if I want to do high intensity interval training and roller skate and aerial 4 hours a day, well, then I've shaped my life to be able to do that. So when I go to work, rather than working 40 hours a week, prostituting myself out to a corporation and then wondering why I fucking hate my existence as I'm letting my gut spill over my pants at my fucking desk, I decided, hey, we're all getting fucked, all right? I just look good when I'm doing it. So instead of fucking people for free and somehow feeling that I was superior, I was like, I want to get paid for this too. And that's what pornography is. And so I can go to set like once a week, and then the rest of the time I can do whatever the fuck I want. And it seems logical to me. I don't know why this is such a mystery to people, but
work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, and even with like weed, it's like, you know, no way. He's been in backwards the whole time. I get a fucking 0 for today's earbud test. I think with the weed industry, it was like I always loved cannabis. I loved growing it, and I respected it enough to not take it too far to like land myself in any problems within the community or like problems with the law, or I just never had any issues. So my whole like career in the weed industry has been really like smooth sailing. And actually I was really happy to get out of the growing aspect of it, because it's just like really, as a farmer, it's just hard physical labor, you know. And I like the consulting aspect of it, because I get to take all these years of knowledge and all the little mistakes that I've learned from and show somebody who wants to set up or grow the right way how to do it, and like, you know, avoid a lot of those mistakes. And also like, you know, with distributing products like lighting, it's like I learned so much about the way all lighting fixtures are made, from metal halides to high pressure sodium lights, LEDs, fluorescence. Like I know a lot about the light spectrums and about how, you know, plants their A and B receptors absorb these different types of light, how it's measured in whatever. I know all the shit, and I was about to go very nerdy, and I was like, just stop, no one cares. But I find that shit really interesting, because I'm forever really hungry for knowledge and growth in every form. Like getting better at all the sports that I like to do, so physical power, but also, you know, psychological power. So the fact that I'm doing, you know, several industries at all times, I don't ever have all my eggs in one basket. So I feel like I'm able to navigate through the physical realm unafraid. So I feel like I always figure it out really well, whatever it is. And having several.
You seem driven in what you want to do, and the tasks that you're taking are not easy ones. Like, they're very physically demanding jobs. Yeah. So let's change topics right now. We do a segment in this show when we're interviewing adult film actresses called Guess the Porn Scene Backstory. And everybody always jokes about porn scripts. They always do. Everybody always laughs. They fast forward, or they're like, "Oh, the garbage man," it's like the garbage man showed up to fix the plumbing or something like that. So what we did was we're going to show some scenes. So let me run the trailer real quick for this.
It's time for America's favorite game show, Guess the Porn Scene Backstory. That's right.
Cool. So what we're going to do is, yeah, I may have been up till like 3 a.m. one night making that thing. So.
Did a great job.
So I'm going to show a couple snippets. These aren't actual scenes. It's all safe for YouTube, everything like that. But myself and Brian, we all know that sex happens at the end of these videos. But me and Brian are going to try to guess the setups and the storyline to these things. And then you're going to tell me and Brian if we're right on the money, and we're going to keep score here. There's 4 of them in case we need to go bonus round, but we're going to try to do the best 2 out of 3. So we'll start with this one right here. And who wants? Are we? You want to Rochambeau for this, Brian, or you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay. So you're the understudy in a play, and you're getting ready backstage just because, that's what you have to do. You have to be prepared in case you have to go on. And this guy is the director. Not a play. No, not a play. It's a ballet. And this guy is the director. He's also a male ballet guy himself. And he's coming up to you and he's saying, "Now listen, everybody knows that, you really don't want to be the understudy. You want to be the lead." And you're like, "Well, yeah, but that's really hard because they already have a lead." And he says something like, "What's really hard?" And you're like, "Being the lead." And he's like, "Well, maybe I can help you." And then it goes from there and you guys have sex.
Okay, so I've got one. Mine is that she is a celebrity and she's getting ready to go to an award show. And this is like her personal stylist.
Damn,
and he's actually gay. So he's gay, but there's, for some reason, he is just finding himself so attracted to her. And they start talking and it's like, "Well, I've been having some feelings lately and I've been questioning my gayhood." And she's like, "Really?" And she's doing her makeup and she's like, "What are you thinking about?" And he's like, "Well, I'm kind of thinking about you and maybe switching sides and switching teams."
That's pretty good.
And and suddenly she's like, "Oh, sure. I'll take your hetero virginity." So
his man bun was throwing me off. I got to be honest.
The man bun. That's why I'm going with gay. So
yeah, I like it.
So okay, that's our scripts. How did we do, Crystal?
Okay.
Terrible.
I have a lot of thoughts on this. We'll start with the recent, work backwards. John, you said that you think that I was playing a celebrity. You're not gonna cast an ugly porn star as a celebrity, so I feel like really what you're saying is that you think I'm really pretty, and I appreciate that. But you were way the fuck off, and both of you, it's kind of like, tell me that you don't watch porn without telling me that you don't really watch porn, because these ideas are so far-fetched. I mean, this stuff is so simplistic in nature. And Captain Clit, I applaud your efforts.
Thank you.
Actually, I was just his name's Sean. I was Sean's hot wife. and he had arranged for his friend Tommy Gunn to limp over the house on the third leg that is his giant penis and bang me. So that
I'm familiar with Mr. Gunn's work.
yeah, man.
Good stuff. Man. Okay.
So,
Wow.
so who was, if you had a judge, who was the closest on that one?
I think we're equally both way off.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to award you the gold star because there was like this kind of, concealed compliment in there, and that strokes my ego. And so I feel like.
Okay. See, flattery works in these.
Oh, okay, it will get you everywhere. I don't even
Everywhere.
care if you get it or not. Just tell me I'm the prettiest all the time.
taking notes for the rest of the game right there. So let's get to the second clip, which is right here. Now, I'll go first on this one. So I'm going to say that you've been having a lot of stress in your life, and your girlfriend told you about a Reiki healer. And the Reiki healer comes over, and he tells you that the only way that he can heal you is you first need to put on sexy lingerie, because you have to be in sexy lingerie when he does the Reiki healing. So, and then he starts kind of feeling your body and feeling the energy where there's a lot of tension and stress. And it starts to center. He starts on your face there, and then it just slowly moves down to your body. And he says, well, down in this region, there's a lot of tension and stress, and I've got the healing for that.
Okay.
Right?
So based on some information we learned about Crystal when she got into this, and obviously things around Hollywood, adults or not, we're definitely shooting. I'm going to go with Crystal had a little tickle in her throat, and she thought she might be getting sick, maybe even COVID. But the doctor's office was closed, and the doctor was only taking house calls. So she comes over, and the doctor's like, okay, but I can't have you put on a medical gown. I don't have it. So you should probably just get, into your underwear for the exam. And she's like, okay. And he's like, now tell me what's going on. And she says, well, again, it's like, there's like a tickle in my throat. Like, it's kind of like a dry throat too. He's like, very interesting. You're in luck. I think I have some medication, but you'll need to get on your knees. And from there, we go into oral sex, oral, bang, bang, blah, blah, blah.
So
I just feel like if you guys are ever like short on your rent, that maybe you should start script writing. Like, I feel like, because this is you're pretty close. Okay, so doctor giving me vitamin D or it was actually none of that. It was literally just I shot with Tony Rebus, and he was like, in his accent, like, I'm going to fuck you and you're going to squirt. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And the camera turned on, and there was no plot line. It was just like, I was there to squirt, and that is what I did. All over the couch. And
solid. All right.
Yeah, if only it could be that easy in real life. I'm going to use that.
It is sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, it's that when it comes to the squirting, it's never easy for me, because every time I do it, it's hours worth of laundry.
Yeah.
It's fucking very annoying. I have a waterproof mattress cover now. Oh.
So you're saying your dry cleaners love you. They're like, hey, Crystal, we love you. Hey, what you bring us dry cleaning? All right.
No, I do it myself. I wish that I had just dry cleaners.
So who is God? So we were both way off on that. So
yeah, the story line was I got fucked.
Yeah,
that was the entire plot. Or maybe it was I got fucked again.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
There
So
was a side. Hold on. There was a side of me that thought you screwed up breakfast.
Well, actually, I knew what was going on that day, so I totally did not eat breakfast.
No, I mean in the scene. Like you screwed up your husband's breakfast. Anyways, moving on.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a
No,
good
I
one.
see why you went with the like the Reiki healing, because I was having a spiritual experience. Look at my face. I'm so serene.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you were so at peace right there.
it's like sometimes life just feels so hectic, and then it's just like once the dick goes in me, it's like I forget all of it. It's magical.
So, okay, so here's our third one. So, Brian, you want to take this one or
Oh man, all right. So yeah, I'll go. Wow. All right. Dude, wait a minute. If you're ready to go, go. I'm a little confused off the start.
Okay,
I'm always
so,
confused. Somebody help me.
okay, so I'm seeing the backpack. So
Yeah.
I'm saying this has to be something with school. And I'm saying that you're the teacher and you start talking with her and you're telling her that back in the day they used to do air raid drills and everybody would have to get and
Man.
hide underneath their desks.
Man.
And the girl's like, no way, really? And she's like, yeah, let me
Yeah.
show you. Like, let me show you. We'll get on the floor together. And you're like the teacher and you're just into her. Like you held her after class because you just want to, you're just finding some way you want to get with her. And this is a community college too. This isn't a high school. So she's old enough. She's already in college. But she's down on the ground and she's just like, wow, it's so scary down here. Really? There's bombs that would be going off? You're like, yeah, it was scary for all our grandparents. But you know what? Like, I'm here to hold you and I'll be here with you. And she's like, oh my God, that's so nice. I love that. And you're like, yeah, sweetie, we're here on the floor together. And then it just kind of goes from there.
Yeah, just right here on the floor together.
Yeah.
All right. I think mine's gonna be kind of short and sweet. Wait, I just had something and I just lost it. Oh no, yeah. You're in a women's detention center, and
Rethink this. Rethink this, sir.
rethink it.
Yes. Look at what we're wearing.
Well, no, not like a jail. Like, hold on. Here's where I'm gonna get to the gist. I can't think of like.
Are you talking like a FEMA camp or like what kind of women's?
Rehab, women's rehab.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And you were.
And she's got a big book in the backpack.
No, close. It's big, but it's not a book. And you were just taking a nap on the floor for whatever reason. And she gets down there and pats you on the head. And you rolled over and you go, "Did you bring the dildos?" And she goes, "Yup."
And that's it.
And that's it.
Good. Wow. You're both exceptionally close. So here was the scenario. I was a professor, and it was after hours, and I just was tired of reading papers, and so I just quickly was like, let me just turn on some adult time and rub one out to this lesbian porn. And in the process of standing up to unbutton my pants, I clumsily dropped my dildo under the desk, and when I crawled under there to get it, my foot got stuck. And what do you know? One of my students comes into the classroom and starts laughing and pulls out her cell phone and blackmails me.
Man, that's good. I like it. A dildo was involved. I think I get that.
I think you got that one. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, he won.
Because I just keep one in my purse from when I go to teach my students.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
Yeah.
most of those people wind up on a list somewhere, but next.
Well, I think you got 2 out of 3 then, Brian. So
Well, and
That
I
works.
might have to recuse myself from the next one from what I saw from the first picture in the intro. But pull it up. Let me see.
okay.
Yeah.
So
So let me just say this. I definitely have not necessarily seen your scene. I'm 100% sure I'm familiar with this series, if that makes sense. So I don't
this
know if
background.
yeah, and the dude. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'm on the spot. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to say that you went in for a driving exam and you're at the DMV and you've got major issues with your license, and the woman at the front was being like a total bitch to you, but she was hot, right? and you're just like, I'm gonna get this girl. And you see the guy, and she's the manager. You ask for the manager, and he's hot too. And you're just like, dude, I know I'm not getting my license, but I'm gonna get my rocks off today. So you go into the office, and you convince the office manager that he needs to bring the girl in the front who was being a bitch back into the office with you. And no matter what, you're going to tell them that you are leaving that office with a license and your record expunged. And there's going to be a lot of other expunging going on. So,
man, I feel like you guys could really like write some good porns. Like these are good plot lines, but so in this scene.
Hold on, I'm gonna say it real quick too. Yeah, you're either at a pawn shop and something would happen, or you definitely shoplifted. I think the clipboard is what's throwing John off. This is a security breach, and you will be frisked and fucked.
oh, wow. Okay.
No?
The captain prevails. I got caught shoplifting, and the store manager is telling me that he's going to call the police, but he can't do that because I have a career. I can't go to jail. And so he was like, "Well, then you're going to have to take it." And I was like, "Ew, gross."
But very thoughtful on his part about your career.
That was nice of him.
Yeah,
It was pretty nice of him. He was really nice. Yeah. Well, that is it. It's this week's winner, man, is Captain Clint Taurus, and that is the last part of.
It's time for America's favorite game show. Guess the porn scene backstory. That's right.
I love the very end of your voiceover. You're like, that's right. Hey, John, do you think should I give the semi-pop culture quiz a shot? I think I might have. I just have one question for Crystal. The only thing I haven't heard much from you, are you a music fan? Like a lot of different music. Okay, I think I could pull off something here, John, but you let me know. Or if Crystal
Go
has
ahead.
to
No,
go.
go ahead. Go ahead and ask her some music
Okay.
questions, and then
Okay.
we'll do Women Crush Wednesday. And then I know she's got
I'll
to
be
go.
quick. These will be brief. Crystal, these are just kind of rapid fire. You don't have to overthink anything. Prince or Michael Jackson, better performer?
Oh, we're trying to get me fans. We're not trying to cause wars, so I'm just going to decline that question right off the bat. These are the kind of things that people kill each other over, all right? So we're going to ask me benign questions. They're going to make people love me.
Better fruit, strawberry or pineapple?
Watermelon. It's just so juicy.
Incorrect. Strawberry is the correct answer.
Oh, okay.
Pineapple makes your cum taste better.
You try your own cum?
After I ate a shit ton of pineapple. Yeah.
I don't understand people that don't want to taste their own cum. It's very strange to me.
You gotta know what you're putting out there in the world, right?
Well, like think about it. So if a woman was like, I don't like the taste of my own cum, then it's like, okay, so if I'm sucking a dude's dick and then he fucks me and then he wants me to suck his dick again, like if I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't like the dick, what the fuck are you talking about? So if let's say a guy comes in my mouth and then he refuses to kiss me, I get out of my house. That's how I feel about that. What the fuck are you talking about? It's ridiculous. We're animals here. Stop trying to act civilized. I like assholes on the regular, right?
Yeah.
One more quick one. Indica or sativa?
Ooh, that's a good
You know,
one.
as I've gotten older, I think my body chemistry tolerates indicas like at night because I do gymnastics all the time, so I'm not really smoking during the day because it's super dangerous to be doing a lot of the shit that I do while you're high. So I generally will smoke before bed, and I think that my body just likes a good knockout weed.
We'll absolutely accept that. Either answer was going to be correct. The only wrong answer was going to be hybrid. I'm so sick of the hybrid bullshit.
Well, to be honest with
you,
but all weed is hybrid at this point because you're looking at so many years of crossbreeding genetics, and to find a pure anything is like, what are you talking about? It's all hybrid.
She's nerding out.
sorry. Let me shut up. Of course, you're right.
What is the best bikini color, a solid color, of all bikini colors?
Anal.
Yes.
Yes.
This is going way better than I expected. I should have, man. See, sometimes I don't have access to the girls and their personality, but this is good. You're actually throwing. Okay, so rollerblading or roller skating? I think we both know.
Ooh, okay, look, so I do
Oh,
both,
oh.
been doing both my whole life. I feel like there's something about roller skates and getting fucked in them that just makes me feel so hot. But roller blades allow me to do very similar things to what I do on ice skates because of the shape. So they have, like, there's certain tricks that I can do on a set of rollerblades that are just way easier, that are not really possible because of the way that the quad wheels. So it's not really better or worse. It's like, which flavor ice cream? And the answer to that is anal.
As it always is.
Yeah.
All right, Crystal Taylor, that's 100%. Very good, very good.
Did I win?
You did.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did great.
You know what you won? Anal.
Anal.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought you were gonna say I get to be the little spoon or something.
No, but it's your choice. It's your choice. You can get anal, or you can give me your John anal with your huge dildo from your scene. So
No,
the
I
only
definitely.
choice.
I've actually never pegged a dude.
Good. That's weird.
Good.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not really. It's not.
No.
It's not because I have anything against it. It just never. I never looked at a man and was like, "Yeah, I want to fuck his asshole." Like, it's just never. Like, it was never an organic thought in my
Hey,
head.
me neither. Me
Yeah, me neither. We're all in agreement right there. We're all in agreement.
I'm more like a cat that like walks across the keyboard, just like, look at it, look at my asshole. It's so pretty.
I love cats. I love.
But I'm really a dog person.
You don't want to start the culture war. You said you can't. You don't want to pick one or the other. Be careful.
I love
Yeah.
them both, but I really love dogs a lot.
Brian's a cat person. I'm a dog person.
I feel like if I feed
Yeah.
you, if I'm feeding you, then when I walk in the door, you better be fucking wagging your tail and flipping out.
I'm technically mostly a dragon person, but dragons are hard to find.
Yeah. There's not too many Komodos available in Los Angeles. Hey, so real quick, let's do the Women Crush Wednesday for the week.
Okay.
And Crystal's going to join us this week. She's got her pick ready to
Mine
go.
this week. I'll dig mine this week.
Yeah, I dig them all. Actually, I'm the one who I got to see everybody, so it was great. So I'm going to run the commercial right now for it. Hold on. Okay, we are back, and this is our segment called Women Crush Wednesday. And basically what it is each of us on the panel picks just a girl that we think is just killing it this week. We got a super crush on, we want to fuck, we want to hook up with, we just want to support them. I'll go first this week. The girl that I picked was the real Allie Lee. And I just kind of came across her on Instagram. And I just was a sucker for the dark hair, the fit body. Looks like she's diehard into fitness, which was pretty cool. I liked her photos a lot. She's out there, 100,000 followers. So she's still gaining. She's still getting up there, but just
we don't
some of
know
the
if Instagram just deleted her recently. You know what I mean? She probably had 1 million 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She could have had 5 million. Holy shit. Yeah. And she's just done. But so she's pretty safe and tame with her Instagram page. But then I did see that she has an OnlyFans page as well. So she's down with the nude stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. Fitness instructor, model, and OnlyFans girl. And I like the photos a lot. So Allie Lee is mine.
I think we all kind of mind melted a similar theme of the super
really?
fit. Like from our guests to our WCWs, like everyone seems super athletic and fit. Like, well, tell me what you think when you see mine, I guess.
Okay.
But I dig yours. Yeah, nicely done. I like the red bikini.
So Brian's this week is take it over, Bri.
Oh, I don't. Della Venova? I don't. Wait, that's not mine.
Jenadine Havanaga?
Yeah, but she's all like bikinis and like workout photos.
Oh,
No?
yeah. No. I have it. It's right here.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. Totally. I just pull up her Instagram page
Oh,
first.
okay. Yeah,
So yeah, this is her Insta. This is her Insta page. You were just checking her out half naked.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know Instagram. Come on, man.
I know you don't.
It's like I got rid of that with Vine. But yeah, no, I dig the abs. Like I'm always a sucker for the thighs and the abs. Like yeah, definitely seems super fit. Seems like she'd like to do some surfing, some sports or whatever, swimming. Yeah, all the way around. Like I liked everything I saw. So and so quick backstory. Yeah, I just a quick shout out. We don't have to look at it. I found I like singers sometimes, but Allie Sherlock is a busker and she has just a ridiculous voice. But then John sent me back. He's like, "Hey, dude, that chick's like 16," and I was just only listening to her music, so I didn't do any digging on anything. So he's like, "You need another one." So I'm not saying this girl was second place, but I did have to kind of scramble, and I found her, and yeah, I dig it.
Very cool. All right, let's go to Crystal. Crystal's pick this week is who?
So I picked Judy Jolie because I actually just shot with her yesterday. So I'm just gonna say, I've shot with a good number of females in the industry, and Judy is beautiful, but she's also incredibly kind. And when you're working on set with her, she has this very gracious way about making sure that the camera is catching. She's trying to make the other girl that she's working with look good also. So she's not just concerned about herself. So I saw that kind of like, and she's been in the industry for longer than I have. I think she's like on 6 years now. But I see her directing at some point because she's really good she has a knack for the directing, but the way that she deals with people, that's the skill. You know, being able to tell another woman what to do on a set without coming across like a total bitch is a fucking skill, and she's a total sweetheart. So that's why I picked her this week, because I really had such an amazing experience with her yesterday, and that's the second time I've shot with her, and both times were like that, so it's really genuine. And I'm a good bullshit detector, and she's real. She's the real deal.
Are we going to be able to see that scene somewhere? Is that?
I'm gonna, as soon as it's edited, I'm going to drop photos from it on my Instagram and on my Twitter, and you can get it on my OnlyFans.
Oh, awesome! So it's your own content, like you filmed
Yeah,
it
well,
for.
We both will own it, so you can get it on her OnlyFans and mine. So.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's great. Well, guys, so these are the three choices this week. We've got Allie Lee, the real Allie Lee, and then we've got Jenna Dean, that's Brian's, and then we've got Judy Jolie, and that's Crystal's. And go ahead in the comments below, guys, and make sure to leave who your favorite Women Crush Wednesday for the week was. And also like the video if you could do that for us too. That's great. I think Brian and I's favorite Women Crush Wednesday of this week was this hot babe right here, Crystal Rhea. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Crystal, are you wearing? I'm hoping the answer is yes. There's a piece of wardrobe you've got on. Is that like a holster?
What are you looking at?
Like the pink strap. Is that a holster?
What are you wearing? He wants to see what you're wearing.
Are you wearing a holster?
Are you wearing? She's wearing suspenders.
No, I'm wearing like shorts and like suspenders. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a gun holster. I was like, this is kind of.
Well, no, I just have I'm not housebroken, and so if I don't like wear the suspenders, it might be difficult for me to keep the pants on for the full hour. And since this is going on YouTube, I was like, I need to really strap in because I just might get out of control and just you know,
spontaneously masturbate on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just trying to reel it in. You know, be an adult.
I did that one time. They did not like it. So
no, I got all kinds of strikes and copyright claims against that. So apparently,
don't spontaneously masturbate on YouTube, kids.
No. Oh wow, look at this one with the boa constrictor. Holy cow.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, I just love big snakes.
Whoa.
Including the Alabama black snake, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. The so Crystal, tell everybody where they can find you, what you got going on, and we'll let you get out of here. We super appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. So I have 2 Instagram accounts. The main one is Crystal Taylor Unfiltered. Crystal is spelled with a C. My backup account is Hot Tub Bitch.
Hot tub bitch.
My Twitter account is Crystal Taylor XO. My OnlyFans, the free page is onlyfans.com/free Crystal Taylor. And my VIP OnlyFans, where all the crazy stuff goes down, is I Love Crystal Taylor. So onlyfans.com/I Love Crystal Taylor. All the links to my Sex Panther and Foxy, those links are on my HiPub link, which is in my Twitter and Instagram bio. I'm also on Snapchat as Love Crystal T, but you can see that. Just click the link in the bio. Easy.
What about Vine? Don't forget Vine.
I'm almost 40, bro. I'm already doing enough. When do I get a nap? Is it nap time now?
I know that's a massive social media presence.
Look her up on Friendster. Look her up on Friendster, everybody. I say that jokingly, Crystal. The reason being, I'm not on Facebook, Instagram. I'm not on anything. I've never even really used an app. So like,
I only got on social media a year ago.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
you know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to form my full consciousness and personality prior to being persuaded by whatever trend is going on the internet. It's been an amazing journey. So
Crazy.
I come to you relatively untainted.
Wow, you might get arrested. Be careful.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know.
The
I know,
woke
it's amazing.
the woke police might come after you because they can't watch everything you say and think online. So
The best way to get rid of people who think that they're really woke is to just show them Uranus. They'll get offended and they'll leave. I know this. I've done it a bunch of times.
The butthole talk on this episode has been fantastic. Like,
I
yeah,
have a serious obsession with my asshole. I've been doing coffee enemas like every day of my life for probably like close to 20 years now.
nice. I'm gonna look
It's
at that.
really weird.
I-
I'm gonna Google that. I'm gonna Google that after the show.
I had no idea what that is, but yeah, I'll check. I'll probably end up checking it out.
I don't drink coffee. I only put it up my butt and I let it sit there for, a good hour, and then I let it out and it feels like euphoric, and then I feel really light because I'm the only one who's not full of shit at that point. It's amazing.
Well played. Well played.
Very cool.
Peppermint in it is nice.
Oh, a little peppermint.
I'm dead serious. I'm not even just trying to make you laugh. I'm 100% serious.
Hey, you're thinking about it. You're having that peppermint flavor for the next person that's down there. It's like, oh, is that spearmint? No, it's peppermint.
Everyone ever has just been like, wow. I'm like, I know.
I know.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That would be such a great like SNL YouTube skit. We should film that. We should make it a YouTube skit about that. Coffee enemas, peppermint flavor. We'll come up with a product name and we'll build like a little thing. We'll do like a funny little video about that next time I'm up in LA.
We're off to a good start. It might be hard for you to get rid of me at some point, but you won't regret it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
No, I was telling Brian, I was like, yeah, she's like a girl from back home. It's like I'm back in Jersey. It's great. So works for me. So
I'm like a really adorable asshole.
aren't all you New Yorkers?
No. Some of them are just assholes. And there's nothing adorable about them.
That's great. Well, guys, make sure go follow Crystal on her Instagram. Go check out her content. Thanks for checking out this video, everyone. Did you know that for the price of a 6-pack of beer, that you can get Bikini Girl magazine each month? That's right. You get the digital magazine downloadable to your phone or your desktop, as well as all the smoking hot, uncensored content from the shoots that I can't show on social media. Go to bikinigirlmagazine.com and sign up as a monthly patron. or you can purchase individual issues via MagForest platform. Your support helps me continue to do all of these sexy shoots for you. The social media censors absolutely hate all of this content of beautiful women, so help spread the word to all your friends. Please make sure to like, comment, or share this video with some friends and click that subscribe button. Also, go follow Bikini Girl Magazine on our second YouTube channel and across social media to keep up with the latest hot babes.